Welcome to the Fans of the DC Universe podcast Retrospective Part 3, as we continue to briefly feature the first appearances of this last batch of hosting participants that you haven't been introduced to yet from the live Discord server-based weekly show that is celebrating 1 year of broadcasting. Now, to review, Part 1 focused entirely on podcasts recorded in the month of July 2019 when this all started. Part 2 introduced us to new podcasters between August and October 2019. Today, for this third part of our celebration and retrospective, we will look at the new wave of DC Universe Book Club Discord server members who arrived around the time the DC Universe community shut down in mid-October 2019 for a week and a half, 2 weeks, to the shock of many of us, to prep for the Community 2.0, which is like this whole different platform for social interaction to be launched. Nathan Payson and I invited several other active DC Universe members who weren't yet on our Discord server to come on over and continue the conversation, maybe run their clubs from our server for the 2 weeks or so until DC Universe was up and running again for community. We created temporary rooms at the time, several of the book clubs, and that wonderful, very new idea at the time, Inktober art promotion that Cynical Pink put together, where she had a unique word that was being used each day for various artists on DC Universe to create a sketch they felt was related. And what fun that was. I do not draw to speak of, but I actively enjoyed it and was glad that they continued this on our Discord server. And some of these people you're about to meet were indeed participants of that. A great time was had by all during that time. Many friendships started that have lasted to this day as many move back over to the DC Universe Community 2.0. For sure, with better communication tools now, you can send direct messages to other members, send group messages, that sort of thing. So it's a very different thing. It's so much easier to do watchalongs on Community 2.0. So today, we introduce you to 3 stellar DC Universe community stalwarts as they made their maiden podcast appearances between early November 2019 through mid-February 2019. Yep, pre-COVID USA it was. And these, again, are very active members of the DC Universe. They've created posts and threads on a pretty regular basis over there. And might I say, each has their own unique brand or a public signature when they do express their thoughts, opinions, etc. on social media. First up is Aunt Leon, a hardworking night shift family man. He works the night shift a lot, which makes it hard for him to show up for podcasts. He's from Rhode Island, and he's very active with New 52's World of Wonder Club, the Psychology of Supervillains Club, and he's a frequent participant in Watchalongs. So a big fan of original programming and animation, that sort of thing. And then next, the next segment we're going to feature, Awesome Squid, as he emerges later in early December to add his unique perspective to the podcast discussions. Awesome Squid is the inventor of the ingenious one-shot book club, beloved by many of us because it uses the basic idea of featuring a larger-than-usual comic book issue or maybe a very short series that you can easily read, like, say, in half an hour or 45 minutes. And then, so you read it, you enjoy it, then you discuss it on Awesome Squid's thread for that particular month. By the way, we also refer to him as number 2 on the Discord server. Finally, for this segment of the podcast recollection celebration, we feature the first podcast appearance of Bat J-Mag in mid-February 2020. Some know Bat J-Mag for his legal prowess as he studies for a career in law I believe he said he's over in Pennsylvania for that. And he offers legal insights on several DC Universe community threads. Others follow his weekly fan fiction that I believe he publishes on Sundays. And for sure, he is one of 3 folks who founded and run the World of Bats Batman Book Club and other activities from the World of Bats such as Watchalongs. So sit back, relax, and agree or disagree with the following 3 short takes where we feature these 3 podcast co-hosts on their first appearances on the Fans of DC Universe podcast, now 1 year old.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 18th/17th/whatever episode of the Fans of DC Universe podcast. Okay, real quick, before we go into more, I'm going to justify that. We accidentally called the last episode the 18th, so this is the 17th episode, even though it's really the 18th episode. Okay, the only DCU podcast for the fans, by the fans, and the best source for all DC Universe news and discussion on everything DCU. So, joining me this week is me, Nathan Nutpayson, Donnell.
Hi, everybody.
Aunt Leon.
Greetings.
Mr. Marooned.
Good to be here.
And just real quick shout out, this is Aunt Leon's first time on the podcast.
Yes, it is.
Hey, so this week on Fans of DC Universe, we were talking about Stargirl, Titans episode 8 and 9, Jericho and Atonement, HBO Max, and the CW. But first, we want to make a special announcement about next week. Next week, we'll be interviewing the one and only Hub City Question as part of our monthly interview series. So the first interview was with JL and Mac McDonald. Last week was Applejack, which, by the way, greatest interview of all time. Go listen to that. And then Hub City Question will be this month's interview. So, without further ado,
No, just sweet. I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, okay. And so, without further ado, let's jump into Titans episode 8 and 9. In episode 8, we met Jericho when he died, and then in episode 9, Dexter Field takes full effect. And everyone is just angry at him and disappears into the sunset. Kinda. So, what'd you guys think?
Well, my first thought was, did Donna tell everybody that the true target was Jillian? Because we didn't see that, and she got all pissed off that Dick lied about Jericho.
Yeah, good point. Donna's being a bit of a hypocrite. Never said that, well, I don't know. Is that really hypocritical? Because, she kind of made it clear he wasn't the target. But, I don't know if she ever, said that Jillian was the target.
Wait, well, we never saw it, so we don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. But I don't think that's as much of a secret as what happened to Jericho. Although I'm also a little Dick, calm down. It's not really your fault. Jericho made the decision to sacrifice his life to save you. I get that you're having a little bit of a survivor's guilt here, but it's not as bad as you make it seem. That's my initial thought. But let's talk about Jericho first. Yeah. Did you guys like Jericho? Hate him? Is he not the greatest guy you've ever met? Go. Just discuss.
I liked him. He was pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked him as a character. I like that they kind of changed up the power a little bit where he still took over people, but his body was vulnerable, which adds its own little twist.
With everybody else.
So everyone was talking about the possibility that Jericho is actually controlling Deathstroke. Does this still seem possible?
Well, maybe his consciousness is inside, but not necessarily in control, which means he needs a new body in order to function because of the way they set up how his power works.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I think at one time he might have, especially when Dr. Light was killed, right? I think in those instances, Jericho was perhaps controlling. What's interesting is we'd have to assume that Jericho has gone kind of nuts and has become a villain at this point if he is the one doing all this.
I don't that seems a little out of character. I mean, he doesn't really seem like a I'm going to get revenge on the Titans type person.
Which is what they did in the comic. So in the comic, they actually made him twisted for some reason, So it's possible. But yeah, I know that's what I've been banking on. I know a lot of people were also concerned about how everybody just turned their back on Dick in episode 9, right, where he says what he says and then just leave. I just got through watching him myself just now, and my feeling was it actually felt more like a domino effect. I think a couple people left because they were mad at him. I think others left like Starfire because she had other stuff to do, and then other people tagged with her, that kind of. I think that made sense there. So, that's my.
I think it was a little sudden, like Dick leaving, like everyone leaving. Like it just felt like everyone was like immediately like, I'm out of it. Bye, 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 bye. Oh, hey, Starfire, you're saying? Oh, no, we just got a random text. And then Dick's like, well, I guess I'm gonna leave too. And then everyone expects Gar to just stay there.
That was a little odd that you
What?
leave somebody underage to take care of somebody comatose. That didn't make an awful lot of sense.
The other thought I had is they had like the day 1, day 2, day 3 sequence, but he seemed to have lost all his energy very quickly.
Yeah,
That was definitely one of the better parts of the episode.
It was, but it was like each day, it was like a very drastic difference. Like generally, you would think he'd be hopeful for about a week, and then like week 2, he'd start to be like, and then week 3, he's like, I'm done. But no, it's like day 1, day 2, day 3. Like what?
Yeah, by day 2, day 3, he's drinking the coffee pot out of the coffee pot like he's Ghost Rider. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, I get the sense though that just again helps color in who he is, right? A lot of people like the ones who did like the episode are the Beach Boy fans, and again it points to his age. Remember, this is the guy that met Robin in an arcade or whatever.
Yeah. So it's a comment on the youth of today and how quickly they are distracted.
Well, just on youth in general, you don't expect someone who's 16 to have the same resolve as somebody who's 25. It's just it's a different world.
True. All right. Yeah.
But okay, as the 18-year-old in the room, I'm going. I know I'm that young. I'm gonna say this. Okay, it felt out of character even for like a youth. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 23rd episode of the Fans of DC Universe podcast, the only DCU podcast for the fans, by the fans, and the best source for all DC Universe news and every discussion on everything DCU. Joining us this week, we have Aquaman C137.
Audio.
Awesome Squid.
Hello.
Me, Nathan Not Payson, and Tornado Soup.
Hello.
Just curious, where'd you get the name Tornado Soup?
I don't really have an answer. It goes back to last year when I got Red Dead Redemption 2. And for some reason I just decided to name my horse Tomato Soup. So then when I got DC Universe in January, I decided to throw in Tornado instead of Tomato because then it's at least like kind of linked to DC through Red Tornado. And now I just stick with it.
It's so fascinating. Okay. This week on Fans of DC Universe, we're talking about Harley Quinn Episode 2, A High Bar, and more importantly, the Arrowverse. This week we'll be breaking down the Arrowverse, all of the Arrowverse shows this year, except Black Lightning, because apparently none of us have seen the most recent season. And then this will all lead up to Crisis. Bat real quick, we're going to talk for 5 minutes about the new Harley Quinn episode 2, A High Bar, where Harley Quinn went to a bat mitzvah, right? So what'd you think? Bar mitzvah is females, is girls, bat mitzvah is boys. I think. It's one or the other. I'll look it up. What'd you guys think of the episode?
I liked it. I think I'm starting to find out that Harley Quinn is actually my least favorite part of the Harley Quinn series. And it's not necessarily saying anything bad about Harley. It's just I like everything else about it so much more. Like I like Poison Ivy and the Legion of Doom and Frank so much more than Harley, which is just kind of weird. It makes me not sure how to feel about the series. because like I can't support the main character as much as all the side characters, but I liked it. I liked it a lot more than the first episode.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, me too. I agree with everything you said, actually. Yeah, like, not that she's bad, but I feel like she's the weakest out of the characters. Like, the supporting cast is more enjoyable than she is. I definitely loved Bane in this episode, and I like Frank the plant. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
And Kite Man was pretty funny in this episode.
Yeah.
I was not as big of a fan of this episode as I was last episode. To be honest,
Yeah.
I was expecting to hate the series, so the first episode was way better than I thought it was going to be. I just feel like this one didn't live up to that.
Okay, for those who wanted to attack me for not knowing the difference between a bat mitzvah and a bar mitzvah, here we go. Bar mitzvahs are for boys, bat mitzvahs are for girls. Sorry, I had to say that.
Now
right.
you know.
The more you know.
I knew that too, and I just forgot because I was watching Batwoman earlier, and Kate mentioned something about her bat mitzvah, and I was thinking, like, does she now call it a bat mitzvah because she's Batwoman? Is the bat emphasized now?
Oh, I guarantee that's not why Batman became Batman. It's just it just happens to be coincidence.
Oh, Batman, like, Thomas Wayne's not Jewish, but it's Martha Kane's side of the family that would, so I don't think, yeah.
Do you know that because of Pennyworth?
No, I just from being a Batman fan. But I do love Pennyworth, though.
Isn't it getting a second season?
Yes.
Yay. Okay, go ahead.
I think that would make... I think because Martha is Jewish, so that would make Bruce Jewish. Because I'm pretty sure it's passed down from the maternal side.
He's not, but he's not a practicing Orthodox Jew though. So like that's really the thing.
He's not practicing, but he is ethnically.
Well, Batman is an atheist, and we know that because of Tom King's run. Yeah.
Yeah, but like ethnically, he would be, and his parents were dead at 13, so never mind. He wouldn't have had bar mitzvah anyway. So
yeah. Well, if he was 13, he might have.
Like,
anyway, let's not get too deep into this. We're here to talk about Harley Quinn. I liked and I didn't like the portrayal of Kite Man. You know, I love Kite Man because of like his backstory and like his like secret like kindness and how he's not really a villain. But he came across as like super kind of creepy in this. Like him just assuming that like he should have sex now that he's like been invited over to like Ivy's house just bothered me a lot. And I get it was comedic, but it did bother me.
And it did come off as creepy, but more like an awkward creepy. Like he didn't seem like he was actively trying to take advantage of her. He just
no.
Has no idea.
It was an innocent.
Yeah, he just has no idea what social cues are, and is kind of just like stumbling through it, which I like. So like it is kind of innocent in a way, just a very weird innocence that is kind of uncomfortable.
We are all misfits living in a world on fire.
Somebody send help.
People like us.
Patience finally lost it.
It's okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 28th episode of the Fans DC Universe podcast. The only DC podcast for the fans, by the fans, and the best source for all DC Universe news and discussion on everything DCU. Joining us this week, we have the wonderful, awesome Squid.
Hi.
We have the incredible Batjamangs.
Hi, I am incredible.
We have me, the phenomenal Nathan Payson. And we have
It's okay.
Tornado Soup.
He's soupy.
Yeah, soup.
The soupy Tornado Soup. Got it.
Yeah.
Well, pop quiz time. What was that song?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Ooh, you guys all just failed your homework. It's okay.
Romance like living in a world on
I
fire.
mean, it was
Yeah.
clearly the Super Friends theme song, right?
Oh, yeah. No, do you guys remember Doom Patrol?
I was from.
Do you
It was
remember
from
that
Danny
karaoke
Patrol,
song?
episode
Yeah.
10.
There you go.
That was one of the ones I missed with Pow's Watchalong.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
I know exactly what episode
I have an
it's from.
excuse.
I don't remember what the song is.
I
weird
think it's called
karaoke
People
song?
Like Us. Yeah. Where he like has this moment where he's like embraces himself.
Except he doesn't. The whole point of the scene is that he doesn't sing it.
No, but at the end he's singing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
At the end he does, but like
it's the dream. Like this is what he wants, but he can't get himself to do it. So this week we are discussing. This week we have a lot on the menu. So we are discussing a new DCU show, Dark Knight.
Very exciting.
Metal Generations, the series of one shots, and which includes the Free Comic Book Day one shot and the Batman suit revealed sort of. DC has other solicitations, and we have more. I don't even think we're getting Harley Quinn, you guys, but we are going to do a full dive into it next week because that'll be the finale. So please watch it. That being said, we have a lot to talk about, but first, let's talk about the new comics coming out this week. Also, my phone is giving me a bunch of weird notifications right now, and I'm going crazy. Okay, but you can't hear any of them. That's fine. So we have Doom Patrol.
I hear everything.
Oh, did you hear those? No, you didn't. Doom Patrol.
I'm hearing my notifications though.
I heard them. Doom Patrol number 19, Detective Comics number 346, House of Mystery number 198, House of Secrets number 129, Sun Devils number 5, Superman number 20, Aquaman number 44, Batman number 63, Freedom Fighters number 2, Justice League number 16, Naomi number 1, Shazam number 2, Sideways number 12, The Wild Storm number 19, Teen Titans number 26, and Curse of the Brimstone Annual number 1. So I'm curious what you guys read this week. I'll be honest, I read one DC comic this week, which is more than I read last week. I read Pennyworth R.I.P. Wonderful comic. What'd you guys read?
Well, for some guy's reading challenge, I didn't really pay attention to who. I've been keeping track of all my reading, and so this week I have read, hang on, looking at my temporary document here, I'm up to 86 books, individual issues, so one or two things.
Yeah, I started, and then I stopped keeping track. I was like, I'm going to do it and see how much I've read, and I stopped keeping track pretty quickly. Mostly Marvel Unlimited. No comics.
Traitor!
Okay, so I really wanted to read
Nathan frequently commits heresy.
I know, right? So
Let's mutiny.
This week I was like, I feel really bad because I'm behind on all my DC reading. So I'm going to do a bunch of reading, okay? And what I'm going to do is, because I'm not supposed to use my data for a day because we were over, and so any extra data point we use is 15 extra bucks. So I was like, I'm not, as a family, so I was like, I'm not going to use any data, so I'm going to download them real quick. I have like 5 minutes, then I'm going to leave. DC Universe's downloading speed is so slow.
Oh yeah, it is.
Like Marvel, like I clicked five comics in Marvel, and they were all downloaded in 20 seconds. DC Universe, I click one comic, it takes more than 5 minutes.
I wish you could
with DCU
download the whole series at once.
Yeah, with DCU, I feel like the first issue or two I try to download take forever, and then it actually starts picking up the pace a little.
Yes.
But only if I do them one at a time. It gets really bad if I try to click through a bunch.
Mm-hmm. And then it'll crash the app if you're going through and trying to set a queue of them. the app will like crash or stop working. It's super annoying. And so I tried to do DC this month, but DC Universe's download system is just too annoying. I did, however, download Harley Quinn today, and it only took 40 minutes. I could have finished the entirety of Harley Quinn in the amount of time it took to download.
Yeah, DC Universe does not play nice with my phone, so I only use it on browser.
That is
That's what I do too. Because like, anytime I try to download something on DC Universe, it won't let me read it in the download, so I can only read things that aren't downloaded. So I've just switched over to the method of, on my phone I read Marvel comics from Marvel Unlimited, and then on the computer I read DC comics, and I end up on the computer a lot more.
When I want to be on the
Personally, I just learned today that apparently the DCU app has been murdering my phone's battery. So,
Oh
wow.
yeah, so even to the minimal extent I was using it, I'm done now.